Yeah, Eric, I'm going to need you to come to San Jose office on your birthday. That way you don't have to stay in Arizona for your birthday, because I know how embarrassing that would be to you. So you just head up to San Jose and skip out on all your friends here so we don't have to deal with you either. Yeah. So anyway, I think that since I turned 50 before you did, I can offer you some advice and some insight into what it's like to turn 50. And there's really nothing stressful about turning 50 except stupid people that remind you that you just turned 50. The good news is that turning 50 means you're no longer getting any older, because you've finally arrived at that point in your life. You're old now. And 50 is a weird age too. I can clearly remember everything in my childhood, but damn, I can't remember where I put my car keys, so it kind of sucks. But there are a lot of advantages to turning 50. Just ask an 80-year-old. They'll tell you. And inside every 50-year-old is just a younger person wondering, what the hell happened to me? So it's really not that big of a deal. And 50 years old, in Led Zeppelin terms, that's halfway up the stairway to heaven. So you're almost there. And I think what I look forward to mostly is in a few years, I can start getting carded again. And so can you. Unfortunately, it's for the senior discount at Denny's. But, sometimes when you're 50, you have to meditate. Problem is, you're more likely to fall asleep when you're meditating. So keep an eye open for that. And you actually look pretty good for a 50-year-old. As long as somebody doesn't think you're 60, then it's okay. But, you're never too old to become younger. I just remember that, because I think about that all the time, when I remember to. And 50 is a lot easier to relax, when you turn 50, if you didn't know you had to work another frickin' 15 years before you could retire. And then there's a couple things that I just don't like about turning 50. Most of the things were okay, but when you turn 50, your body starts changing and it starts getting confused. And you stop with the hair on your head. It stops growing on your head. And it starts growing in your nose and in your ears. That part really sucks. I hope this advice is helping you, Eric, because I know it helped me when people told me when I turned 50 and gave me some of these words of wisdom to help me cope with being 50. So you have to remember, though, that you never really are going to be happy about turning 50 until you turn 60 and realize that 50 were the good old days. And you look back on your life, at different milestones of your age, and you look at how women viewed you, right? So at 20, women wanted your body. Well, I mean, they wanted mine. I don't know about yours, but we'll just talk in generalities here. At 20, women wanted your body. At 30, they wanted your heart. At 40, they wanted your money. At 50, they want to take you to court. So at least you have Laura, and she's a good person and probably won't take you to court, So age is really a high price to pay for maturity. So make sure you stay mature in everything that you do. And I can't remember the guy who said it, one of those old fart movie actors or comedians or something like that, said age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. So keep that in your mind. And I remember an old, a Chinese or French proverb where they say 40 is the age of youth and 50 is the youth of age. I don't really know what that means. Maybe you do. And use it if you can. So sometimes you start talking to yourself when you get to be 50 years old. So when you get back to Arizona, and you'll have been turned 50 by then, make sure you tell Laura to not interrupt you if you're talking to yourself. That's really a shocking thing on someone's mind. And, I can't remember what I forgot, so don't ask. There were some other things. But, one thing I do remember is you have to now start being nice to your kids, because they're the ones that are going to choose your nursing home. So make sure that when you get back, you start being nice to your kids. And, the one thing that I hated the most about 50 that I'm sure is going to happen to you, it's like when you're standing in line at like a grocery store, department store, something like that. And there's a girl at the checkout, young, hot, really good looking. And you're standing in line waiting for your turn to come up. And you're thinking about, what's my best flirt line that I can get going with this little hottie behind the counter. And finally, it gets to be your turn to step up to the counter. And she says, "Hi, sir, how can I help you?" I tell you, there is nothing that takes a shit on an erection except when someone calls you sir. Gosh, I hope you can deal with that better than I can. Anyway, I have to go because I have real work to do, not like you NVIDIA guys, but I want you to have a fun day and think about turning 50. And, there was something else I was going to tell you, but I can't remember, and I really got to pee. So, see you later, Erik.